Good morning, Cardinals. Today is April 1st. It is the first day of April. It is April Fool's Day, so please go and try to do something funny. I'm sure your parents will really appreciate it. I have a couple of announcements, as always. I know a lot of our parents in 7th and 8th grade saw the email from Miss Ayers yesterday about close-up, so you did see the two options that they gave us. And just kind of to recap, those two options were reschedule within the 2020 school year. We did ask about the 2021 school year because that makes the most sense to us, and they said no. They seem to be pretty clueless about the possibility that traveling may not, may not be an option at the time they're thinking that we want to reschedule. Also, the passes that the company has purchased will expire by 2021. So that's why they are saying only within the 2020 year. They are being very, very clear about the word canceling, and that they're not using they are not using the word cancel. They are using the term reschedule, which means that they are not canceling on us, and that they're considering that we are then canceling on them, and the refund is based on those terms. I am happy, and so is Miss Ayers, to either decide between those two options or continue to push for what we really do feel is fair for our families. And we'd like to put it out there, if there are any parents that are willing to help Miss Ayers in this process, just reach out to her. She's happy to receive any kind of support during this, and so am I. So if you're feeling very passionate about getting what you think is right from close up, then please reach out to Miss Ayers. We are talking about reconfiguring grading and assessments moving forward. That really is going to take teachers over Easter break to do that. And so beginning on the 20th, when we return to distance learning, that should be sorted out. But I just kind of want you to know that yes, it's being talked about. Yes, we're thinking about how to collect work. Yes, we're thinking about grading. But as of now, until Easter break, it's going to be what we set, and then we can move on from there. But we do need that time over Easter break to really be, just to think about it a little more and to do a lot more planning. But I have some ideas that hopefully, my thing is always this. I am always worried about putting more stress on parents and more stress on students and and teachers, and an already very stressful situation for some families. So I'm just trying to be cautious of how people are at home right now. It seems stressful. I know I'm stressed at home. The other day, Autumn had her Zoom meeting, which was great. Thank you, third grade teachers. But I was on a Zoom meeting with principals, and just with that small number of people in my home, it was very challenging to focus. And so I'm certain for those of us who have more people in our house, it's hard. It's a hard time. So I'm just trying to be thoughtful of everybody's stress levels right now. Mrs. Steeren is drafting an email about Google Classroom, specifically for the middle school, and we're looking to push that out soon. So I know that we said that, and it's being worked on. There was an announcement made from public schools about being out for the rest of the school year. We don't know where the Archdiocese is at with that, but I think we can assume, as this has happened, that the dates for us will most likely also change. We haven't had any word from that yet, so I know that some people have read that in the news, so I'm just waiting to hear what the official word is, as always. I have a faculty meeting with 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teachers today at 12:15, and again, we're going to discuss just getting on the same page, and we're going to talk through grading and assessments and due dates moving forward. And the last thing I wanted, or not the last thing, but the other thing I wanted to say was the idea I had for Easter break. I talked to TK through 5, and I'll speak with 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teachers today. But when I was at Notre Dame High School, go Tigers, we did this thing called Intercession, and we got to pick from a variety of different kinds of activities that we thought, we were passionate about or we wanted to do. And I thought it'd be kind of cool, and a lot of teachers were like, oh yeah, I could do that. If teachers had something that they were very passionate about, and they did like a mini series for students, and it didn't necessarily need to be academic. It could be like cooking or baking or, Ms. Mather, we talked about your chickens, something that could be fun that the students could kind of tap into and learn a new skill or just see how it's done, and the teachers could lead that in a small, maybe a YouTube mini series. So that's kind of what we're talking about to provide for our students during Easter break. So hopefully we can get some momentum behind that. Just kind of reflecting on distance learning, I want to give a shout out to Eduardo Pinero. He had said to Miss Ayers, and I don't know, Eduardo, if you heard this somewhere, but it's exactly how it feels. It's like building an airplane while we're already flying. That's how distance learning feels as a principal and as a teacher and as a parent. It feels very reactive and not very proactive. And, we're just trying our best to really, move forward and make plans in a very, very, very uncertain time. And so that's how it feels on our side. And I'm sure it feels the same way on the parents' end of thing. I know that as a parent, it feels that way. Like I'm scrambling every day. Sometimes we don't get to do the work until it's like after lunchtime because I'm working in the morning. It's a lot. It's a lot for everyone. So I'm with you. I'm with you in that. And I just wanted to thank everybody for their continued flexibility and transparent communication. I'm getting a lot of really good emails, a lot of good feedback. The survey Mr. Harrison has created for parents is going to go out on Friday, and that'll help us continue to fine tune as we, explore this new domain of learning. So I think that's all I have for today. And if you need anything, again, reach out. We're here. I'm going to be meeting with our admin team today, and we're going to really brainstorm how we want to use our time over Easter break as teachers to not be so reactive and to be more proactive. But I do think we need that time. We just, quite frankly, haven't had it yet. So thank you again, and go Cardinals.